an awesome view, and what a sunrise that I have had an opportunity to witness from here. Anyways, hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and welcome to the day 2 of the Nissan Pathfinder test drive. So if you've been following my Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube, then you would probably know, and if you haven't, then you should probably do that because all the updates go there. So I'll be posting the links down there and you can follow me over there. We are on a 2-day adventure trip where Nissan Middle East has kindly invited us to join them and test out the new Pathfinder, the 2022 Pathfinder, on different road surfaces, on different terrains. And the day 1 has been filled with so much of activity. You can check the video that has been released on that, so you can click on the pop-up banner out here and you can watch that video and get a grasp of what happened during that day. But essentially today is the day 2, and what we are planning to do today is again go for a drive, a long one, which is kind of about 1 hour 45 minutes, and then after that we are headed to a place called Al Badaya Retreat, which is kind of a sandy area. I hope we get chance to do some of the off-road bits and test it out, but if it doesn't, then yeah, that's pretty much the end of the whole journey. And at that point of time I'll be getting you the exact details about the Pathfinder, because I know I haven't shown you the car yet, but this is the opportunity where I'll be going around and giving you a proper walk around of the car itself, what's new and what's changed in it, because there is a ton of things which has changed. Anyways, it's time for me to check out from this place and start our journey for the day 2. Right, so we've reached our final destination for the day, which is the Al Badaya Retreat, and now I've finally gotten the chance to show you the car, which is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. So let me start off with the front. You get big glossy black grille out here, and it is this new Nissan badging which has been started. Instead of the chrome you have this. Where do I see that? I've seen it in the 400Z before. So yeah, this is the kind of next generation of logo that has been started from Nissan. There is also the V Motion grille in chrome. At the bottom you would notice another plastic grille out here with this silver skid plate which has been given. And on this Nissan Pathfinder 2022 you get the LED headlights, full set of LED headlights, even the turn signals and your DRS, everything is LED. And not just that, they've also given this design which is very familiar with the petrol. So yeah, the model lineup starts to look very similar to the other cars now. So yeah, it's much more aligned, and yeah, you get the gist. And on the sides you have these plastic arches so that you don't damage your fender, and it's more rugged that way. And on this Nissan Pathfinder you get 20-inch alloy rims, and also on the base spec you get 18-inch. So these are the premium wheels that we get on this one. So the particular model that I'm reviewing is the Nissan Pathfinder SL version, which is pretty much the top of the line version of this Pathfinder. So once we continue on the side, you get power foldable side mirrors. They are also power adjustable. They have blind spot warning in there, and they are body colored as well. There is also a turn signal out here. These doors are smart keyless entry door handles, and at the bottom you will notice a chrome strip which is for the Pathfinder, along with this black plastic around that should give it a lot more ruggedness and off-road feature. In the back also there is a lot more design changes that have happened. You can see this big bump out here, like arches out here, thick ones with the lines, sharp ones which go till the back. arches out here as well to protect your body paint. 20-inch rims in the back too. And then now on this Pathfinder you have this long looking windows, that the glass that extends till the back, pretty much giving you like a flush look in the back. And on this Pathfinder you also get two-tone color combination, so you can have like half black. I don't think there are cars around to show you that one, but you get half black and half color, or you can have just the same body color. Oh, there are also roof rails on top of it, the silver ones that you get on this Pathfinder. Now once you move to the back, these tail lights that continue from the side profile and go and nicely merge into the center out here, along with this black strip with the Nissan badging out here. Again, the newly designed Nissan badging. In terms of the visibility, it's actually quite alright because the rear glass is a little smaller, but that solution is with the camera which has been given out here. So that camera is the smart rear view monitor. So the feed is given into the rear camera for the driver, or the rear mirror for the driver, and that feed, basically solves everything. So it's also available on the Nissan Petrol and the Nissan Xterra. I recently did the review of the Nissan Xterra as well, so you can click on the pop-up banner out here and you can watch that video as well. But let's continue with this review. So there is also this Pathfinder badging out here, long one. I actually like this a lot, like how it just makes the whole car look pretty clean, and at the same time when you look at it from the back profile, it sits quite low and it's pretty broad that way. So yeah, in terms of the design, Nissan has done a really commendable job in designing this new Pathfinder. At the bottom, this silver color bumper that you get out here. There's also this towing hook which comes in as standard on the Pathfinder. There's also one more camera which is for the reversing camera, parking sensors, and out here you get a power socket, so in case you're going to be trailing or towing something in the back like a trailer, then you can connect the power supply to this. There are also strips out here which are adjusted. Now when it comes to the boot space, this is an area which has also had some amount of improvement, because we don't have any numbers or volumes or anything, but there's decent amount of space when the third row of seat is up in the back. And also you can fold down these headrests, and it's quite easy. You can just pull these strings and then fold down the headrest. You can already see the boot has been filled with our stuff. We are 2 people driving this car, so most of our stuff is in here, so this gives you a fair bit of idea as to how much is the weight. There's also, I think, a spare wheel which has been given. I should have checked that before, but yeah, there is most certainly, or most certainly not, I'm going to confirm and I'm going to put it down there, like if there's a spare wheel or not on this one. So yeah, the standard setup that you get is pretty decent. You get good amount of loading area, and the third row of seats are foldable as well, so you just flick these levers out here and you can fold these seats down, and then you have decent amount of room to load a lot more stuff. And it's also relatively pretty flat. And not just that, so you can come in here and you can even fold down the second row of seat, and to do that there is a button that is given out here, so you just press that and then automatically you can go in there. That's the button to go behind. But if you want to fold down the rear seats, you can do that as well, and that is by just pulling this lever. So yeah, lots of options that you can do, and lots of boot space that you can find on this Nissan Pathfinder. And also this tailgate is electronically operated, so it's quite an easier thing. And now the Pathfinder is much more advanced. Oh, by the way, these rear tail lights are a combination of LED and halogen, so it's a mixture of both. But I like the design of the rear end. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the rear end on this Pathfinder. So not just on the outside, but even the inside has so many changes given on the Pathfinder. But yeah, it's actually quite a surprise to see the Pathfinder in this skin, because yeah, it just somehow feels like it's just advanced so much. And God, what has Nissan done exactly that, you know, there has been so much of improvement in terms. It's just like everyone sat around and then decided, this is what the customers want and this is the areas we want to improve, and then bang on they were doing that. And when you look at it at the interior quality in general, you get nice and quality materials out here. Fit and finish is very good, soft touch materials everywhere on the dashboard, even on the door cards out here glossy plastic with the switches out here, and the tan leather that you get out here. Even out here there is also near the AC vents there are these aluminum kind of plastic inserts. It's just the plastic inserts to look like aluminum, but it's just for the design. Out here there's Pathfinder badging, and also there's like a space where you can store something, I don't know, your mobile phones or a book or something. But yeah, overall the fit and finish has been way above the expectations what I had, to be honest, because yeah, they've done some commendable jobs in most of the areas. And you also get a 12.3-inch driver's display out here, which is a digital display. It does a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing a detailed review once we get the car for a proper test drive. But yeah, so far, yeah, you can do a lot more stuff and you can see a lot more information in there. There is also the heads up display in which you can see your audio, you can see your telephone, navigation, all of those informations which is projected on your glass out here. When you come to the steering wheel, this is a leather covered steering wheel with stitching, black stitching around, and the Nissan badging in the center. Again, the new Nissan badge which is designed that has been given out here. And on the right side you find the controls for your cruise control and also the communication controls, and this car comes with the adaptive cruise control and also the Pro Pilot Assist, which is a very decent system. So we've had the chance to use the Pro Pilot system and it works pretty well, I can say, because it judges the lanes and the changes and all of that. And yeah, Pro Pilot has been there around for a long time and it's just been evolving with every single model and the generation. And on the left side you have the controls for your infotainment and also the various information that you see on your driver's display that can be controlled from these dials and the buttons which are given on top of it. And the steering wheel is also electronically adjustable, which is your tilt and telescopic both, and it's also got the paddle shifters in there, but these are plastic paddle shifters. So yeah, anyways, it's a family SUV, so you might as well put it in the automatic mode and just use it. And when you come to this gear lever, this is also another area which has changed. So this is somewhat a different kind of design which has been given. So you sort of slide it and then yeah, that's the gear lever for you, and then you press the P button for your parking. There are dials also given out here which are for your terrain selection and also the drive mode selection. So you get the mud, sand and the rock mode and also the snow mode. I don't know when will it snow in UAE, but yeah, you still do get that. There is also the auto mode where you leave and let the car figure out everything for you, eco mode, sport and the tow mode. There's also the hill descent control button, and yeah, I've tested that also during my test. So as I said, you can check out that video which was done a day before this, so you will get an idea of how good the systems on this car work as well. When you come to the air conditioning controls, straightforward button operated system has been given on this one. Let me start the car actually, because it's just easier to see what's going on. So yeah, once you start the car, load up all these screens and everything out here. It's a little loud, yeah. So yeah, you get all the information on your screen out here, both the dials on each side for your driver and the passenger. So you get tri-zone air conditioning system on this Pathfinder, then straightforward buttons. There are also buttons given for your heated and the cooled seats, so you get that as well on the Pathfinder. And there is also the rear on off button, so you can switch on the AC or switch it off from your itself. Then you come to this 9-inch infotainment screen, which is a very bright, crisp and a sharp looking display, I would say, and it's decently fast as well. So you can go around, see the menu. I haven't had a proper chance to look at it because we've been driving so much and it's just not gotten a chance to study that. But yeah, you've probably seen this screen in the Nissan Altima, in also the Maxima. So yeah, this is the same setup that you get on the Pathfinder as well. But yeah, it's fairly easy system to understand too. There are also dials and buttons given to interact with that infotainment screen as well. When you come to the charging, you have two USB ports, which is one type C where my cable is already connected, and also one normal USB port, and there is also one 12-volt power socket and a wireless charger which has been given, while in the back there are two USB ports, which is one type C and one normal USB port which has been given for the rear passengers. Now in terms of the connectivity, you can connect to this infotainment system using Bluetooth, USB. There is wireless Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto. For some reason I think it should be rolling out in the newer generations once it's figured out, because yeah, that's usually the case where it comes in later on, like a wireless setup. Now in terms of the space, you can put plenty of stuff in your door cards. You can put like 1 liter worth of bottle in the door card, some more storage on the side. Out here you can use it to store your phones and wallets. There is also another slot where you can put your phone or your key so that you don't lose it. There are also these two cup holders. You can see there is a bottle already here. Those are the flexible ones. There is also this huge storage out here in which you can store pretty much a lot of things like your chips and yeah, which already been stuff out here in the car. There is also this Pathfinder badging out here on your handrest. Then there is also this glove box in which there is decently sized. It's just been consumed by this tray out here, which is why the glove box size is a little smaller. And there is also some more storage which is given in the rear seats. I'm going to come to that once we move to the rear. There is also a panoramic sunroof out here, which is gives you a very openness into the cabin as well. And not just that, on this Pathfinder you also get the SOS button, which is like an emergency system. So when you press that, some emergency, if you are in, there's a health problem or if there is anything, then you can press that. Coordinates are sent to the center and then someone would be sent to assist you. There is also not just that, there is so much on this car. The sun visors are also slidable ones, so yeah, it's just the longer the doors, this makes the function quite easier. When the sun is falling directly onto your face, then yeah, this is something that will come in pretty handy. When you come to these seats, these are tan colored leather seats with the black color bordering around it. These are perforated seats and they have this the quilting design which has been given. These are perforated because yeah, they are the heated and the cool seats, as I mentioned before, the headrest and everything. But yeah, these seats are super comfortable. Not just that, with the suspension setup that this car has, it gives you a very supple ride, and on a longer journey, yeah, you wouldn't think that you're sitting in an SUV, but rather a luxurious setup that you are in. And the driver side seat is 8-way electronically adjustable and 4-way lumbar control, and on the passenger side it's pretty much the same thing where you can adjust 8-way electronically adjustability and the 4-way lumbar control. While in terms of the safety systems, yeah, you get a lot of things like airbags in the front for the driver passenger side airbags. There are curtain airbags, and in terms of the music system, you get 12 speaker Bose music system on this Nissan Pathfinder. Now it's time to move in the back and show you the rear space. So in the rear, the second row of seat, you get pilot seats out here with two handrests on both the sides, so you can rest and basically enjoy the ride out here. The floor is slightly raised, but not that much, but it's still quite comfortable. You can slide your legs under the seats during the longer journey so that you can enjoy that extra bit of leg space out here. And the seats, as usual, are the tan color leather seats. They are perforated, but they do have the function of heating. That's about it, but not the cool seats that you get out here in the back instead, which is, yeah, I don't understand why, but yeah. So the second row seat are also adjustable in terms of the reclining feature, that you can do that as well. And not just that, there are also two cup holders which are given out here. They are just the normal ones. There's also this one more bin that has been given, but yeah, the quality is slightly dodgy, I would say. And not just that, in the door cards you can put two cup holders which are just the standard cup holders. So lots of cup holders which have been given on this one. Probably a lot of drinks are going to be flowing around inside the car, which is why there are lots of cup holders which have been given. There is also the handrest and the usual quality out here, tan leather out here, and at the bottom just normal plastic. But in terms of the storage, it's pretty decent. Again, you can put like 1 liter worth of bottle. And not just that, there are also inbuilt sun visors given so that they give you that extra bit of privacy inside. And also there is the sun, you can just block it out here there is the air conditioning control given for the second and the third row of passengers, so you can switch it on from here straightforward, reduce the temperature. Yeah, and then you can adjust the flow of air, and then this is for the heated seats, and then this is the basically the fan speed that you can adjust, so you can do that. And at the bottom you would find the two USB ports, which are one normal and one type C USB port, which has been given. There is also at the bottom, you would notice there is no tunnel out here, even though this is an all-wheel drive car. So the Nissan Pathfinder now comes with a 3.5 liter V6 engine that produces 271 horsepower, and now it's got a 9-speed automatic gearbox instead of the CVT. So yes, Nissan has ditched the CVT and now it's got the 9-speed automatic transmission, and it still delivers an efficiency of anywhere between 9 to 10 kilometers per liter. On a longer run you will get easily 11 kilometers per liter, which is pretty good for a 7-seater mid-size SUV, I would say. And in terms of the improvement in the engine department, there are certain subtle differences in the engine, of course, from that V6 engine, but yeah, it's still a pretty smooth powerhouse, although some occasions you may find that it struggles slightly, but that's only on a hill ascent somewhere, that's about it. In terms of the suspension, I have mentioned before, they are super comfortable, they are relaxing, and even the noise and the vibrations inside, they are super quiet. Like I've actually had the opportunity to test it in a very windy conditions today also, where it's just slight amount of leakage from the windows around, but it's still very decent with what the product offers. Because in terms of the pricing, this Nissan Pathfinder now comes, the top spec comes in at 157,000 dirhams, while the starting model starts at 138,000 dirhams. Those are the prices from the Middle East, Nissan Middle East handle. But yeah, the exact prices are going to be coming out once the car is officially out there in the market to be sold. But yeah, so far it looks promising. It's got good amount of tech, it's got everything. And not just that, you also get the third row of seat on this Pathfinder. I haven't had the chance to test that one, but yes, it looks to be decent. It's pretty spacious, and I'm sure you can put 2 people in the back, although the back may seem a little raised, but it's pretty much like the floor that's been given out here in the second row, that's pretty much followed in the back as well. So yeah, you will get enough of space for those third row of passengers. So yeah, it's not bad, which is why I said once I get the car for a detailed review, I'm going to be getting the exact every tiny details about this car. But so far it looks like a very promising product. Anyways, there are also AC vents, by the way, I just forgot out here. Yeah, there are AC vents which are given on both the sides, and also for the third row of passengers in the back. There are also airbags, curtain airbags given in the door frame. So yeah, lots of things which have been given on this Pathfinder. So I'm pretty excited to give this a proper go once I get it for a detailed review. But the main question stands, has Nissan done enough for this Pathfinder? And the answer is, I think they've pretty much smashed it out of the park. Yeah, they have. I know that Pathfinder has become a little subtle in terms of an off-roader, but yeah, you still do get now the off-road capabilities in the form of all-wheel drive, and it's predominantly front-wheel drive, but then yeah, it shifts power as and when needed and can even give power to the rear-wheel drive. But it's more of a daily, and if you think of it, you're not going to be doing off-roading every single time. So for that reason, this is more aimed towards the family, which is why you have the 3 row of seat and the essential bits, which are your comfort and your ride quality and all, have been handled on this Pathfinder. So I think it's a well worth approach, and in terms of the pricing also, it's pretty spot on. It's a worthy contender now in its segment, and definitely pretty much like a benchmark that it can become in its segment. That's pretty much it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then you can click here. If you want to watch more videos, then click here. I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care and stay safe.